Hello, second graders, and welcome to a new week of e learning. This week and next, we will be writing quite a few pieces of poetry, and today we are going to be working on one called an autobiographical poem. And it tells us that in an autobiographical poem, you write a poem about yourself. So the subject this week, today, should be simple for you. You'll find that these are also called biopoems or me poems. So, a biopoem, just like other poems other than free verse poems, there are some rules. And biopoems come in all different lengths. Some are very short and some can be very long. Ours is going to have 8 lines, like it tells us here. And those 8 lines have very specific details. So, we're going to go through those right now. And then we'll look at some examples. So, line 1 will be your first name. Line 2 will be your relationship. So, for example, it says in parentheses, family or friend. If I were to put my name as the poem, so I would say Cheryl, my bio poem, my relationship could be sister, it could be youngest daughter, it could be best friend of, and I could name my best friend. So that is up to you to describe your relationship to someone, and it could be family or friend. Line 3 will be 3 characteristics or traits that describe you. So these are adjectives, words that describe you. Line 4 will be 3 things that you love. That's an easy one for me. Line 5 will be 3 things that you are good at. Line 6 will be 3 dreams that you have. Line 7, name of your school or town or state. So this describes a place. So you're either going to write Gower West, or you're going to write Willowbrook, Hinsdale, or Burr Ridge, or maybe you're just going to write Illinois. And you can even say resident of Willowbrook, because resident means that's where you live, you reside in that town or that state. Or you could say student of Gower West. And the last line is simple because it's either going to be your last name, so mine would be Cheryl as my first, Wander as my last, or it says, or I could write a synonym. So I might say Cheryl, mother, or I could say Mrs. Wander, teacher. It's all up to you. Okay, so here is an example of a biopoem or a me poem. It is actually written for Gretzky, who is my dog. So, of course, she didn't write it, we wrote it for her. So, let's go through and make sure that we followed the rules for the 8 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lines. Okay, line 1, her first name, Gretzky. Line 2, relationship. So, she is our pet. So, best furry family member. That describes her relationship to us. Line 3 characteristics or traits that describe her. She's sweet, she's a good listener, and she's a protector. Line 4 3 things that she loves: belly rubs, treats, you have to say that kind of quiet, and the couch. Line 5 3 things that she's good at. She's good at comforting people, giving high fives, and napping. That has to do with that couch. Line 6. Line 6 is 3 dreams that she has: swimming in the lake, walking for miles, and eating a bowl of French fries. Line 7. This was the one that you needed to name your school, your town, or your state. Well, Gretzky lives with us, so live in Downers Grove. And lastly, her last name is Wander. just like if you have a pet. If you go to the vet, they go by their last name. So Gretzky, Wander. And these are the 6 things that describe her. So I'm going to read it all together now. Gretzky, best furry family member, sweet, good listener, protector, belly rubs treats the couch, comforting people, giving high fives, napping, swimming in the lake, walking for miles, eating a bowl of french fries, live in Downers Grove, Wander. Okay, like I said, second graders, these poems today are going to have the subject of you, but they're nice gifts to do for other people. So the subject could be a family member or a friend or a pet, and it can also be a character in a book as well. So here's another one following those 8 rules. I wrote one for my mom. Hers is Mom, grandmother of 6, kind heart, selfless, generous, family, Italian heritage, gardening, giving advice, hugs, making cookies, health, happiness, kind world, lives in Illinois, friend. So let's see if we followed the rules. First name, she's known to me as Mom. Her relationship, she's the grandmother of 6. 3 character traits or adjectives that describe her: kind heart, selfless, generous. 3 things that she loves: her family, her Italian heritage, and gardening. 3 things she's good at: giving advice, giving hugs, and making cookies. 3 dreams that she has for health, happiness, and a kind world. And where she lives, in Illinois. And a synonym for my mom would be friend. Okay, so second graders, you are then going to go in your Google Classroom and you'll find a doc that's titled Bio Brainstorm. So this is where you would type all of your ideas for your bio poem. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to change the color. Okay, so my first name, I'm going to write Cheryl. That's an easy one. 3 words that describe me. I'm going to say patient. I hope that I am kind, because being a teacher, that's a must. And I am try to be creative. I like to do projects at home and at school, and I like to do things that are creative. Okay, my relationship. I am a mother to boys. Mother of boys. Okay, 3 things I love. I love my family. I love being outdoors. And I love the 4 seasons. Things that I'm good at. Hmm. People say that I'm good at organizing. And you know what? I'm going to go back up here because this is my brainstorming. So maybe I want to put Mrs. Wander. And maybe I want to say teacher here, depending on how I want my final piece to be. And I like doing projects around the house. Oops. Projects. Wants me to put it up there. That's fine. I'm good at juggling. Some of you already know that. I like drawing. And I like cleaning. And I hope that I'm good at teaching. I do love it. Okay, then I'm going to continue on. And I'm going to come up with 3 dreams I have: to live, to 100, to be healthy, healthy. Have my family and friends with me, especially during these times. And another dream I have is to be able to fly, I mean literally fly, to our cabin because it's in Canada and it's a long way. So if I could just flap my wings and get there, I would love that. So that would be a dream. I could also add I would love to travel. I would love to read 100 books in a year. So you can just brainstorm away. And then I'm going to name my school or town or state. I'm going to say that I live in Downers Grove. I could also say Gower West. And I can decide once I do my final copy, or I can do Illinois. And again, I like purple. Okay, and then my last name, Wander. That's easy. I don't know why my color keeps changing. Or I could say friend. I can say teacher. I can say sister. I could say mother. Lots of synonyms for our names. Okay. And then, when I am all done with my brainstorming, I am then going to go to my Google Classroom and I'm going to pull up the slide that is titled Bio Poem, and I am going to start creating. Remember, boys and girls, there are 8 distinct lines. That means that you need to make sure that line 1 is your first name. Line 2 are the 3 words that describe you. So that should all fit on one line. So you might have to change the size of the font. Line 3 is your relationship, like family, sister, brother, friend. 3 things that you love. Line 4. 3 things you are good at. 3 dreams you have. Line 6. Line 7 is the name of your school or town or state. And finally, line 8 is your last name or a synonym for you. So you can also be very creative in the way you form your piece of poetry. You can use all different colored fonts, all different types of fonts, depending on what you want the mood to be of that line. Be creative, have fun, but remember it has to have 8 very distinct lines. It shouldn't be any more than 8. And you can even use an uppercase font for your first name and your last name so that those kind of stand out. And then lastly, here are some ideas that you can do. These are optional. You can include a photograph of yourself. So after you type your poem, you can split it apart and put an image of you in it. You can also print it, either write it on a piece of paper or type it and print it and create an image of you. This one's made out of construction paper, but you can easily draw that, like this one. And notice that this one, he has his name written in bold print, his first and his last. and then he's handwritten it, and then he's made a self portrait. Or this one's kind of fun. You can do a t shirt or a dress and put things that you love, and then you can cut it out and put it in the middle. So these are just suggestions. It says after you write your poem, display it in a creative way. Totally up to you. What you need to do is make sure that you fill out that slide so that we can look at your pieces of poetry in Google Classroom. But these projects are additional or optional. So, friends, enjoy your bio poems. I cannot wait to read them. I know that they will be exciting and fun and clever. And remember, poetry is all about those things: being clever, having fun, and most of all, enjoying writing. So, we're going to be working on quite a few of these during the week, and I look forward to your collections. And in the end, we're going to do a fun activity where we get to share our favorites. So, boys and girls, enjoy, have a wonderful day, and we will talk soon.